My name's Tony Jones. I am a missionary here in Haiti. 95% of the people practice voodoo where in the region we work. The people there had been doing this for the last 200 years or so. It's embedded in Haiti's history, and they knew the word Jesus, but they just didn't have a personal relationship with him because there's been no missions up there. We just want to give them the gospel because that's what Haiti needs. We give them what they need, not what they want. Give them what they need, which is Christ. And that's not the only thing I've seen. I've been to these ceremonies. You can't believe the demonic presence that comes into them. And you know what? It's crazy. There's two things you notice when you go to them. How I know it's real. And believe me, there's a lot of them I think are phony, but Rayburn will tell you it is real. People die from voodoo curses. I mean, I know 30 people that have died minimum from voodoo curses. Here, let me just tell you the statistics on Haiti. Haiti is 50% evangelical, 50% Catholicism, 100% voodoo. We just had a police just last week died from a curse. One weekend we had 12 people die from a curse. 12 in one weekend. I can bring the mayor of the town and he'll sit here and you ask him what's the number one cause of death in Grand Guape. Guess what he'll tell you? Voodoo curses. That is what the biggest problem in Haiti is. It's not poverty. It's not the needs, it's the voodoo. So it's spiritual. That's the biggest problem. This country will never change unless you change the hearts of the people. And the only way to do that is through the supernatural work of Christ. And the mountain people are unreached people. If they really wanted to change Haiti, they could bring in people that are going to build factories. Bring in people that actually will grow agriculture. Don't give them free food. Don't give them, you just created a begging society. 70% of the pastors that I have met that come from missions, they don't even know the Lord. There's got to be a total rethink of missions in Haiti. You don't need a 5,000 square foot building in some 10-acre compound to disciple them. You just need a knucklehead like me that can jump on a donkey and go give them the gospel. He spoke for him through a mule. He can speak through me. Being a missionary is not about success. It's about sacrifice. A good mission is one that leads hearts to Christ. Never mind your air condition. That is a good mission. One that leads hearts to Christ. A violin with voodoo children, you would not believe a voodoo child that's been raised in voodoo all his life, you strike one bow on a violin. That child is totally changed. They sit down, they keep their mouth shut, and they listen to that harmony on a violin. You wouldn't believe how I got through voodoo children with a violin. Then again, with that violin, Jesus has got to be part of that because with the drums it's jazz. So when she played the violin, we got talking about the Savior, and it doesn't take $1 million a year. Bring a kid to the Lord, it just takes faith, sir. But I'll tell you, you show a Haitian love, that's how you get through the Haitian child. They love their kids. So when you talk about a Savior with love, you wouldn't believe it. That's what I talked about Lovely about. The little girl, she was brought up in voodoo like all of them. Lovely's about 7 years old. She used to go to bed afraid every night. Her mother used to complain about her crying and would beat her for crying every night. But she was afraid of the Loup-Garou. Loup-Garou is a demon. So I brought these little cards. I could show them to you to the feeding program one time, and it talked about Jesus' love. And these little wee cards, they're this big. I got them from a mission. And it's the hand of Jesus holding a little child. And I had these cards for a year. And I said, what am I going to do with these things? They gave them to me, but I really don't know what to do with them. Then we start this feeding program. Out of we're getting like 150 kids coming to this. Wait a minute, I got these cards. I'm discipling these. Let's talk about loving Jesus. And I didn't really know the impact it was made until that girl, Lovely, came up to me one day at the feed. And she came running and gave me a big hug. And she goes, oh, Tony. She goes, oh, Tony. I go, oh, Tony, last night a Loup-Garou. Because I was crying in a Loup-Garou. But I remember you told me about the little card, and if I pray to Jesus, that demon will go away. And she had it under her piece of cardboard. She slept on cardboard. She had no bed. Slept on a cardboard, on a dirt floor, and she had this little thing under the cardboard, and she picked it up, and she showed me. She showed me how she prayed, and she said the demon was gone. I stopped crying, I went to sleep. Oh, Tony is so good, I'll never be afraid anymore. That is what Jesus does to a kid. I see God at work. I mean, big time. Like here, I say to us back home, you know, we read about the devil, we know about the devil, but here you can feel him. Here you can feel him. You can see him in a voodoo ritual. And you can see the impact it makes on little kids' life, but you can see the impact Jesus makes on little kids. I mean, it is the transformation. That's what happened in the mountains. So you can think of that girl, times that by 150. That's what we had happen in the mountains. We had 150 kids like her. Got to teach it right. And the only way to teach it right is when you know a Haitian. You can't come at them and give them some prosperity gospel and tell them some, don't come at them with some theological thing, because these people are so uneducated. You know, I know a lady that lost 12 children to voodoo. 12. The only one left is her Christian boy. He comes to our house all the time. He's one of our teachers. He told me the story about 12. She lost 12 kids to voodoo. Voodoo sacrifices. 6 were sacrifices, 6 were curses. Half and half. And that boy witnessed 2 of them, his sister and his brother. Can you believe that? A 9-year-old boy seeing his own sister sacrificed? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but he got saved. He got saved. I don't know how he got saved. I'll have to ask him. And he's the only one alive. She lost all of her children except him. I'm going to tell you, when I get to heaven, I don't want Jesus to say to me, I don't want to have a pile of ashes. I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. I want to have crowns I can throw at his feet and say, you're worthy, not me.